You're listening to a Listen Frederick podcast. Local podcasts, live radio. It's Listen Frederick.
And now, your hosts of Steeples and Peoples podcast to tell you about all things Frederick County, Maryland. Here's Mark and Terry Meriday.
After a small hiatus, the return of the Art at the Park Festival is rejuvenated and ready to rock again in late September. The Steeples and Peoples podcast made the picturesque drive out to Point of Rocks, Maryland, and spoke with Pamela, Lesch, and Shannon, Sutter about the return of their incredible community event. They shared with us some history about the event and how it has some new wrinkles this year that will surely be a hit. They talked about entertainment, the artists that take part in the event, and of course, the food, which is all made by the Point of Rocks Ruritan Club. Circle the date on your calendar after listening, and we will see you all at the return of the Art at the Park and Point of Rocks Festival. Welcome everyone to this episode of the Steeples and Peoples podcast. Terry and I are sitting down and actually having what we like to call a wonderful conversation about an event that's going to resurface after COVID made it stop, like so many other things. We're very excited to share this event with you. It's Terry, I'm not going to say anything else.
Don't even say anymore. Let
you run with it, kid.
It's at one of our favorite a place we haven't spent a lot of time over the last few years, but we're in Point of Rocks, which absolutely is one of the most beautiful places on earth. And today we're here with the co-chair and social media sponsorship co-chair and just the two of the bigwigs from the Art at the Point event to be held in September at Point of Rocks. So Pamela, Lesch, and Shannon Sutter are with us. So both of you, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've been in communication a lot about this event, eagerly awaiting to learn more information. So before we get into the Art at the Point event, maybe just tell us a little bit more about you before you even got involved in this. Pamela, let's start with you.
Yeah, so I moved to Point of Rocks last summer in July. We moved here primarily because we wanted to live in Frederick County. It's beautiful and affordable.
Where are you from? Were you another part of Maryland or somewhere else?
I am from Carroll County.
Oh, okay.
We were previously living in Fairfax County, Virginia.
Yeah.
And this is, very easy commute. I commute into DC multiple times a week, and I take the MARC train from the Point of Rocks station. And yeah, when I came to town, I wanted to be involved and start volunteering and find a different way to be involved. And I was just on Facebook one day and heard about the Ruritans, and someone, I don't know, it wasn't you, it was Carolina, I think, invited me to a meeting. And interestingly, I think Art at the Point, that was on the periphery at our first meeting. We weren't planning it yet, but we were planning on it coming back.
And you got hooked.
Yes. And then Shannon here is our lovely Point of Rocks Ruritan treasurer.
Exactly.
A little bit about you, Shannon.
Sure. I have been in Point of Rocks for 8 years now, and it was just my love of kayaking and love of the country, but close enough to work, but with this great kind of small town feel. So I had been interested in joining the Ruritan group for years, and never really did anything until one day I joined, and I think it was I joined, and the next day, or the next meeting, I became nominated, and I was their treasurer.
Of course.
With Pamela joined our meeting, and that evening her husband was Santa Claus for our breakfast
fun.
with Santa. So, it's a really small knit group, but we try to promote a lot of activities for our community.
So what is the Ruritan Club? Just maybe list a few things you do during the year, or so they do. It's for the community, for the help of different events.
Mission
or what?
statement.
Mission,
How about that?
kind of mission statement without word to word.
Basically, we try to promote community awareness and togetherness in our community. We are a very small town, and and we try to get everyone together through breakfast with Santa in wintertime. We
Easter
do
Bunny.
Easter breakfast where the Easter Bunny comes and children get to check out or seek out all of the Easter eggs,
Nice.
spread around the community center. And then promote small time events. We have a pavilion here on the property of the community center that we use for little small concerts, but then Art at the Point has always been the biggest kind of attraction for our Ruritan kind of group.
Okay, so your husband is Santa Claus.
Is Santa
Kids, I
Claus.
didn't say that.
Tell
Is he
the
EB?
kids.
Does he identify as the Easter Bunny at Easter time?
So we're currently in the process of bringing back the Easter Bunny. We need to invest in an Easter Bunny costume,
Yeah.
but potentially down the road he may be
do
the
double
Easter
duty.
Bunny. But yes, if everyone
The
listening,
costume fits.
if everyone listening can imagine a 28-year-old man pulling off Santa, that's pretty much how it goes. But he's a teacher, so it's okay.
Yeah,
he's probably a great
definitely. He
Santa.
probably is excellent with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I get it.
It was very well received. So sure.
History of the art at the point, art at the park, right?
Or at
At
the
the
point.
point.
Art at the point, yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't a park, but it is at the point.
But there's lots of words.
Is the park right behind? It's the
No, it's the park down the street.
okay.
Okay.
The
So
new community.
yeah, it's Point of Rocks Community Commons Park, I believe is what it's
Okay,
officially called.
because you've got the park right behind
It's
you guys. Too.
essentially in space. It's kind of next door / nearby the train station, which is pretty hard to miss. That's our biggest landmark.
Okay.
And then it is also basically across a small bridge / across the train tracks from the Point of Rocks boat ramp, which
right.
listeners may be familiar as kind of like the Point of Rocks boat ramp is where you can park your car and you can go out onto the C&O Canal path. You can go biking, you can go kayaking, swimming, running.
Will that take me over to Brunswick?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes. So if you went down the C&O Canal path, you would end up not too long in Brunswick,
Okay.
especially on a bike.
All right. So a little history about this thing. When's it date back to?
Yes. So we believe that this is the 11th year
Okay.
of the event. We had a 3-year hiatus for COVID, and it was originally brought about kind of as the primary event or the main event for the Ruritans after we retired our Founders Day Parade. So we used to have a Founders Day Parade. That wasn't really working out for a number of logistical and permitting reasons. And we want to have another primary kind of big event for the year. And they got together and they came up with Art at the Point. We have a lot of local artists, both visual and performing artists, who live in our town. It attracts very artsy people.
Yeah, I can see that. This
And
area.
plus Frederick County also and Loudoun County, we're in the proximity of a lot of different artists. So that's kind of how we came up with the event. And then it's morphed over the years, but it's alive and well. And like I said, it's the 11th year now. And this year is going to be really exciting because we're bringing back some of the elements that people have liked and that have worked well for our town for the event. That includes some of the previous year's music. That includes, some of the food.
And
Some
artists.
yeah, and some
returning
we do
returning,
have
yeah.
returning artists. So we have probably somewhere between a half a dozen and a dozen returning artists. We also have new things.
Oh, good.
So we have new artists. We've got a few new musical acts. We've got cloggers.
Cloggers.
Yes.
Cloggers.
Ooh.
We've got the Blue Ridge Thunder Cloggers will be here. The Frederick Children's Choir will be here.
Marv Ashby and High Octane
Yeah,
will be our main feature, and that's
Yeah.
a bluegrass group based out of West Virginia.
Wow, so lots of live entertainment and vendors. And
What's the date of it?
Yeah.
The date
Go ahead.
September 30th. which is a Saturday, and it starts at 10 and ends at 5.
You hope it ends at 5.
Right, exactly. Well, permit-wise, we may have to end at 5. But,
It might keep rocking.
Right, exactly. And if with Marv Ashby and High Octane, I think it'll keep going as long as it possibly can.
This is a really good way to highlight Point of Rocks, the location, and all the beauty you have out here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Well, we
I love it out in this
can
area.
tell people missed it because it was highlighted in the Washington Post this week that the art at the Point is coming back after the hiatus from COVID, so people are excited.
Yeah, we did have a Washington Post feature for this year, and that was really exciting. We're in the real estate section, and it actually talked about the event and also kind of the beauty and joys of living in this town, and what our town has to offer that attracts people to live here. And then we also, I think our town's beauty is really highlighted in some of our new marketing and our new poster design. So our poster was designed by a Point of Rocks resident, by Marie Boshoff. And she designed the poster to include all of the things that our town, so it has our train station, which like I said is our most famous landmark, our second most famous landmark, which is our little mini Washington Monument. It's, every small town has their quirk, and ours is the fact that we have a mini Washington Monument sitting in the middle of our town.
We need to talk about that.
It's got
the elephant in the room.
sunflowers. It's got a bear, because we do have a bear in our town, at least one, if not a few. And yeah, I think that poster really captures a lot of the essence and the beauty that is our town. Hopefully this event really will too.
Wow. I've looked at that poster several times. Now I'm going to have to go look at all the
now
little,
I know what to
they're like
identify.
Easter. They're called Easter eggs or something when you look. Wow, good.
I got sidetracked there. I was
Sorry,
listening
we're
to
all
everything.
getting sidetracked. This is
Can artists
new.
still sign up, no matter what their shtick is?
Yes, so we are full when it comes to performing artists and music. We are still accepting applications for visual artists. It is a juried event, meaning that artists do need to apply. They need to send in an application with examples of their artwork and an example of what their tent would look like. They pay the fee, and then basically we'll let them know if they've been accepted. But we do still have room. We are still accepting applications.
Where do they get the applications?
The applications are on our website. We can provide a link to you all to share. But applications are on our website. I think it's also up on our social media. And there they will find the applications for sponsors too. So we are still also accepting sponsorships. And those sponsorships are primarily from local businesses, but they can also be from individuals, from families, from other organizations.
Anyone who wants to help out.
Anybody. We're not turning anyone
that
down.
wants to help out, and we are accepting both monetary donations and items at this point. Because one of the features of our event is a silent auction.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good.
I love silent auctions.
Yes,
I get swept up in them. I start getting...
We were very fortunate to have some great contributions this year for our silent auctions.
That's always fun.
I think a lot of family-friendly,
Sure.
opportunities for parents.
How about food? And you have a lot of good
hot
entertainment.
dogs, hamburgers, veggie dogs, barbecue, non-alcoholic beverages, sodas and waters, chips.
Is it
things like
free?
that.
Festival free not the food, but I'm sorry, the food we pay for. I knew that,
Bring
but to
your
come
dog,
in, right? Yep.
Come and enjoy.
Yes,
walk
the
around.
festival is definitely free. The food will be cheap, but not free.
Moderately
it'll
priced.
Be,
And the vendors and the
food is
art,
all made by the Ruritan, so all of the
good.
money from food sales goes back towards the event and towards our scholarships and whatnot too.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
In terms of vendors that are going to be there, like what types of vendors attend and have product?
Yeah, so
We have Frederick Book Arts, right? Is doing
Frederick Book Arts is doing demonstrations. So we have kind of a couple different types of things going on. We've got our performing artists, which is our music, our live entertainment. We have our visual artists who are selling their work, and then we have a third category which is demonstrations and also children's activities.
Okay.
So Frederick Book Arts and Black Cat Studios will be there to do some of those demonstrations. We're hoping to get a few more demonstrators. So if you have a pottery wheel, if you do live painting, if you have anything basically that you are willing to demonstrate.
So no matter what you do, you can reach out to you guys. You can offer to come out there and demonstrate whatever you have, whether you're making pottery, whether you're an on-site painter, because those people are out there. Like, that would be really cool. That would be really cool to see something like that. Like, I would love to see one of those people who come out there with a blank canvas. Like, you know how they have like a black canvas, and you're like, what?
And then they turn it into this beautiful. That's because we're not art people, so we enjoy.
Plein air artists.
You know what I mean? I don't think
We appreciate it, but we're not artists in our
Yes,
house.
exactly. Yeah, we can. It's more. We appreciate it more because we can't do it.
So we have had some of those in the past years, and we are looking for more volunteers to come and demonstrate. So I said, if you have an art essentially that's a type of visual art that's demonstratable to an audience, especially to children, but really to any audience, please reach out and contact us.
And it's not too late.
How about a clown?
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I think
visual.
They're artists.
a clown or something
they
of
have
similar variety could potentially work in our children's tent.
Yes.
If we were to find one. We're still also looking for, we have some things going on for the children's tent right now, but we're looking for more things to make this, more of a family event and encourage more people to bring out their children, like Shannon was saying, their dogs, enjoy the event with us.
Yeah.
What else is needed? Do you need volunteers for
need
traffic or what kind of
We'll need
volunteers?
a lot of
Everybody.
volunteers.
Anybody can volunteer. We need help Fridays nights, the
Setup,
29th for setup. We have a tent arriving, but that's going to be put up. But we have to set up the chairs and the stage and
the sound
tables,
system.
sound system, everything. So yes, if anyone is interested in volunteering in any capacity, we will accept you. And Saturday morning as well.
And
You're
then
like this, welcoming them with
Right.
open
Well,
arms.
Exactly.
We're-
No one
Yes.
turned
We're
away.
accepting lots of volunteers, and then we also have a need for a number of items which are identified on our volunteer list. We need trucks, we need a generator, we need grills.
We don't need a grill. We do
Got
get
the grill covered.
Okay, we do not need a grill.
Right.
But if you have one and you're willing to
Be on
maybe a
backup.
couple extra grills
Or
would be
maybe you can
nice.
show us or
And-
demonstrate your cooking skills.
Coolers. We need coolers for drinks. So if you can't volunteer time, but you have any of those items to donate, you're more than welcome to donate them. And coming back to the sponsors, we were talking about, we are taking not only monetary sponsors, which, I mean, everyone loves a good monetary sponsor.
Exactly.
But
We won't
if
turn
you
it down.
would like to donate a gift card or a gift certificate for your business or an item that you made, or if you're an artist and you'd like to donate art, we are accepting donations of all of that. That goes towards our silent auction, which will be live at the event. So there will be a tent with a silent auction in it. That silent auction will essentially be two parts. One part is all art, actually primarily from our artists. They have donated pieces of their art to be auctioned off. And then the second side is all local businesses that have contributed tickets, gift cards, vouchers, gift certificates, and even just items from their business that we'll be auctioning off.
Sounds really generous. Like I
Yes.
said,
Incredible.
We love silent auction.
I love a good silent auction.
It's like one of our favorite things. Good.
Proceeds, where are they headed?
The proceeds are going to come back to the Ruritan Club, and in doing so, they then go to our scholarship fund, which we have. We participate. Well, we have what's called the Jim Webb Scholarship, or we contribute to the Jim Webb Scholarship. He's a gentleman from our community who created this scholarship. for students. And so some of the money will donate there. Some of the money will come back to the Ruritan Club so that we can then continue our Breakfast with Santa, our events here at the community center, hosting knit nights, hosting hopefully local musicians in our little pavilion.
Yeah, all the services that we provide for the town. So yeah, scholarships and just town betterment and
Keeping the building going.
Where do the
here.
kids from Point of Rocks go to high school at?
Brunswick High School.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So yeah. Yeah, if I can walk it on the C&O Canal, you might as well send them there, right?
Right, exactly.
all right, let's restate the date. So Saturday, September 30th, 10 to 5 is the actual event, Art at the Point. And we are looking for volunteers, for demonstrators of art, all from, gift cards and time and a lot of different things, and we can find out about all of those. Let's restate your social media handles and website where we can keep up with the event.
yes. So our website is pointofrocksmd.org, and there's at the top of the page you'll see kind of like a drop down that says Art at the Point. That includes both links to our general Art at the Point page, which tells you a little bit about the event. It tells you about our musicians. It has a list of all of our artists that will be featured and a list of all of our sponsors. And we've, had a lot of generous sponsorship from the community. And then it also has the artist application and the sponsor application, as well as our contact info is on that website. Our Instagram is Art at the Point, all spelled out, 2023. And our Instagram hashtag is hashtag AATP 2023. And then our Facebook. So our Facebook, we have an event that I believe is just called Art at the Point 2023 exclamation point. We also have our Facebook page, which is Art at the Point Point of Rocks Ruritan Club. And that is a joint Facebook page run by the Ruritans, both for the event and for the other events that we host throughout the year. So it's primarily Art at the Point stuff, which is why that's kind of the leading part, but it also includes information when we do have things like Breakfast with Santa and the Easter Bunny.
So this event, though, it's the coup de grace for you guys.
It is. It's just come and enjoy
It's the
a
big
day
one.
outside.
I'm really
looking-
excited to come to going and see. We haven't been in the past.
The event will be rain or shine.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So
Good point.
hopefully we have good weather.
That's good,
but
because September and October, you just never know in Maryland.
if it's not good weather, bring an umbrella, and
right. We won't melt.
a good portion of the event will be under tents and whatnot. So
When you're listening to the musical acts, should you have like a chair? Should you bring like a little chair with you? Or do you have places for people
We
to
do
sit?
provide seating. It is limited, but not a bad idea. If you have a little portable chair,
Just
like you're
popped
just
in
going to
my
come
head.
for the day,
especially if you're gonna make the day out of it, bring a portable
Yeah.
chair.
There you go.
know.
blanket
Keep it in
and
your
just
trunk.
sit down and enjoy the day. Enjoy all the great entertainment and all the local artists.
Excellent.
All right, Pamela and Shannon, thank you for bringing back Art at the Point, and good luck to both of you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much for your time,
We
and
appreciate it.
I hope you have an awesome event. No rain. Stay away.
Thank you.
Now, those ladies were pretty fired up about sharing all that information about Art at the Park out in Point of Rocks. And if you couldn't hear it in their voices, we could see it in their faces. Hey, their website for that festival is pointofrocksmd.org/Art at the Point. Also, you can find them on Facebook at pointofrocks.Art at the Point. So, there you go. Follow and connect with us here on the Steeples and Peoples podcast by checking out our website, steeplesandpeoples.com, for everything about our Steeples and Peoples, all things Frederick County, Maryland podcast. Like our Facebook page at Steeples&Peoples. Join the conversation on Twitter and Snapchat at Steeples Peoples. And you can also follow our Instagram, watch our TikToks. Those are Steeples and Peoples. And we've really been gearing up our YouTube channel. That is Steeples and Peoples. So we're adding more episodes to that and continuing to grow. Feel free to let us know if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for future guests by emailing us at steeplesandpeoples@gmail.com. Thanks to Steve Medley for doing our voice intro and outro.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us to find out what's going on in all things Frederick County, Maryland. And join our Facebook group to enter our weekly giveaways at Steeples and Peoples.